Greetings, duelists, and welcome to another deck report. This is Season 6X, week number 6, and originally I wasn't going to make this profile. However, this is a deck idea that I had at the back of my mind for like a month now. And after seeing what happened at the UK Open this past weekend, involving like the Radiant Typhoon or MST deck, I kind of wanted to experiment with that engine. I really wanted to play that engine for a while now. I did not want to play it in Malice because I feel like the Quantum engine is just better than the Radiant Typhoon engine. Like, no offense to Yuna and Leia. However, I found another deck where the Typhoon engine just works really, really well. That has a very similar feel to Malice. And I actually do think this deck has everything in its power and its potential to play against what's currently happening in the format. Mitsurugi Yomi, Canine variants, and like Draco Tail are like the more popular decks at the moment. And outside of Draco Tail, which is dropping in popularity, by the way, it is dropping a lot of popularity because of its bad matchup against Vanquish Soul and people just like being overly prepared for it with Mitsurugi and Yumi. Draco Tail's like the only real weird matchup for this deck. Every other matchup is kind of fine for this one. And yes, you're looking at it on the screen. You will see it by the title. It is Ritual Beast. So I'll get straight to the list, and then I'll explain everything that goes on with this. So 3 Elder, 3 Lara, 3 Rampengu, 3 Kanahawk. That's it for the 3 ofs. You got Wen, Lara, Winda, Pedalfin, and Apelio. For the Typhoon cards, we got 3 Eldam, 1 Swin, 1 Ponix, 1 Crosea. We got an honorary 4th copy of Rampengu and Eldam. This can add either of them. So this is basically either of any of the engines. And the only hand trap that we're main decking is Fualos. I'll set this aside here. Spell cards. We got 3 Inheritance, 3 Teleport, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Radiant Typhoon Vision, 2 Radiant Typhoon Chants, MST, Call by the Greedy. For trap cards, we got triple Dominus Purge, triple Imperm, and the Steeds. That's it for the main deck. Now, let's move these aside. Extra deck. We got Anima, Cherubini, Harpy Conductor, SP Little Knight, 2 Kimun Falcos, 1 Ulti Reo Tuari, 1 Sarjuja Scoldred. We got Gaia Pelio, Noku Drago, double Kanahawk, and Ulti Apelio. And the last 2 monsters are Typhon and Baguska. Alright, I guess we should go to the side deck first. Since you already saw the Harpy Conductor, you probably already can guess it by now. We are playing Featherstorm in the side. Besides that, we're playing Shifter. I think that's it for the degenerate cards. I mean, unless you want to count this one as well. Besides those, you got 3 Nibiru, 2 of each other Charmy, and 2 Drolls, which is a common trend that we're seeing inside decks right nowadays. All right, explanation time. So, I really do think Ritual Beast has a really strong edge this format, especially when this format is already solved. Like Malice, Vanquish K9, Crystorm K9, like Mitsurugi Yomi, and Draco Tail are like the 5 most popular decks at the moment. And this deck doesn't struggle against too many of those matchups. Like the only really bad matchup, like in theory, is like Draco Tail. But outside of that, every other matchup I think is just fine. Now, you notice that we're not playing a Katos. Obviously, Protoss is gone. We're not playing any of the Nemesis cards. I kind of wanted to play the Typhoon engine instead, but the Typhoon engine kind of does has a really cool gimmick. They're basically like extra bodies that you can use to just like hold against your opponent. By playing these and playing MST, like you have another engine to just deal like with like opposing back row. But the number one reason the Typhoon engine is here is because of the synergy between Vision and the cards that we naturally play in Ritual Beast. Like if you played Ritual Beast already, you already know that Emergency Teleport and Book of Eclipse are pretty much staples in this deck. Like you probably won't play a Ritual Beast deck without these 6. That's where the Vision comes in. Like there will be times where you see like supplement copies of these cards, and you can just fodder them off for Vision. Adding to that, Vision and Chant basically is just like 5 more copies of MST, which is really imperative for dealing with specific back row. Like, for example, if you're going against Malice, you want to hit like their MTP. If you are playing against the Mitsurugi Yami deck, you pretty much already know where their Yami Surprise or their Purification spell trap is. So you can just snipe that out with this. Yeah. But the other really cool thing about it is that if you look at the Typhoon engine, like if you look at the Typhoon cards, let's move these to the side a little bit. Some of these cards react to quick play spells, like mainly Ponix and Crocea. If you activate a quick play spell, they get to trigger. These can spawn out from the hand. This is a double search. This is a spin back 2. And these also work with your opponent quick play spells as well. So with I'll give you an example. If you're playing against Mitsurugi Prayers and Yami Surprise are 2 quick play spells, they can just trigger these. Yeah, I think the Typhoon engine kind of demonstrated itself to be just really strong as a supplementary engine. Crocea windlocks you. I'm not playing Megala in this list, but I was playing Megala. I did play Megala yesterday at locals, which I did win undefeated. I think here are like the other cards that I played that are not on this list. I did try out Talents. I tried out Droplets. I tried out Super Poly. I only drew it once. Like I was trying out Ritual Beast Bonds. This card is a searchable quick play spell with the Ritual Beast engine. that you can just fodder for vision, or you can use to trigger your other Typhoon monsters. And you see the Megala in there. But yeah, these also serve as extra bodies that you just summon on the board for free. So they make it so you can make Saryuya and Ulti really easily, relatively easily. And 4 draws from Retiari, as well as 2 draws from Vision, that's already 6 cards, 6 new cards in your hand that you're getting out of this Saryuya. Which is really, really neat. I only did the Saryuya combo twice, but you know, I don't think I need to explain it. I won both times I did that play. Yeah, I am a fan of these. If you do get windlocked because of Crocea, you can just summon Ulti Retiari. This is another thing about this deck, is like, this is probably one of the better decks that can play Crocea. Like, more than the Fiendsmith version of Typhoon, more than like other decks, because 90% of your Ritual Beast monsters are wind attribute. So you can just do your Ritual Beast plays after resolving your Typhoon plays. Another thing about Ritual Beast is, shoutouts to Luke Tyler. Like, he is the man behind Typhoon right now. He's the reason the Typhoon deck is being played outside of Genesis format at the moment. He opted to play it with Fiendsmith until the pure version comes out. In my personal opinion, I think Ritual Beast just has a way better backbone engine than the Fiendsmith cards. And it just, like I said earlier, it just works better with Crocea as well. But that's the gist of it. I only main in Fua because I don't feel like I need a lot of hand traps. This is one of these type of decks where Ritual Beast by itself can break boards with its engine, which is something not a lot of decks can do. Like, if you get against Yummy, like, Cookie Yummy Way doesn't matter to you because you just contact fuse your Ritual Beast monsters. If they try to Murakumo you, Lara can just protect your Ritual Beast names as well. So it's really not that easy for your opponent to like play around all your Ritual Beast cards. And you have really good non-engine to just back it up. Like, Book of Eclipse is really, really good. With Vanquish Soul being very popular, this card just really nails it against Vanquish Soul. It's not that good against Malice, but again, you can just fodder it for Vision. Against Mitsuyomi, Book of Eclipse is also phenomenal. You also, but yeah, that's one thing about this deck that I really like. Another really cool thing about this deck is that you get to play these cards. Like, I can tell you this right now, a lot of people forgot about Dominus Purge. I think this card is really, really strong. Like, people are playing it in Pure Yummy. I think this deck has a way better grind game and ceiling than the Pure Yummy deck. And with Canines being very popular now, these cards just stomp all the Canine decks. I won my round 3 at locals against Crystron Canine because I opened double Purge and Imperm. They normal Noroi. I impermed it with this. Like, they had to pass. One turn later, they went Jokul. They tried to do Jokul effect. I purged the Jokul. And then 3 turns after that, they tried to go for Ripper, and I purged the Ripper. So, yeah. These cards are really strong against the Canine versions of the decks. Of strategies. You don't have to worry about Call by the Grave. I did win one game against my Yomimitsu opponent because their only playable card was the Preparation Rites, and I negated it with Purge. And fun fact, they did open Call by the Grave. So if this was any other hand trap, I probably would have lost that game. So yeah, Purge overperformed. I think this is going to stay in my main deck. One card I do kind of want to try out is Dominant Spiral. Dominant Spiral does not conflict a lot in this deck. It mainly conflicts with Ulti Gaia Pelio, well, I mean Ulti Noku Drago and Lara. And fun fact, here's a ruling for people. You can still use Lara's protection effect even under Dominant Spiral. Something that I felt like it was worth mentioning. But yeah, that's it for main deck explanations. I'm not maining 3 chants because I think Vision is just a more flexible card. I kind of want to draw more cards. I don't want to be searching my Typhoon cards. And if you open Erdam, Chant is kind of redundant because Chant can only add level 4 or lower. This cannot add Crocea, this cannot add the Ponix, and we're not playing Megala. So there is a world where we can play Megala, and it's just a better searcher for the Chant, and it makes Sarjuya plays easier. But for now, I felt like this is fine as is. I already explained Vision, like you just have a lot of fodder. Some Ritual Beast players are not mainly 3 of this. I bricked 3 times at locals, and it was with a 60 card build. This is a 50 card build. I kind of just want to see my Ritual Beast names. Every time I don't see my Ritual Beast name, it's just a bad time. So you kind of just want to open those 2-card combinations of Ritual Beast cards. So side deck, yeah, like these are the degenerate cards. The fact that this deck can play these cards is just really absurd. So post side, if you're going first, you just put in this, and if, let's say for example, you get Mo Charmid, you can end on Conductor and have this in hand. Or if you get to your other Typhoons, like for example Crocea, if I'm not mistaken, Crocea and Ponix are both Winged Beast. Ponix is a Pyro, but Crocea is a Winged Beast, so she also fills the condition of the Harpy's Featherstorm. I swear, I think the only reason this card's legal is because of Radiant Typhoon. But yeah, that's it for a Carpet Conductor. So the reason we're not playing Nemesis and we're not playing Ekatos and we're not playing Reprotokus is because by playing Baguska, you have a lot of free extra deck space for your other engines or your other necessary cards, while just keeping a Floodgate monster that is just as effective as the other aforementioned Floodgate monsters. Eventually this card will get banned. It is banned in Master Duel. Typhon, I just feel like against Mitsurugi decks, this is kind of like important. I thought about playing Canines in this deck, just because of the luxury that you can make this with Lupus. And however, I just don't have room, like neither in the main or the extra. I could play 60 card and just play like the Izuna package, but I ultimately feel it's just not worth it. Ritual Beast ratios, I think is kind of standard. Like, some people don't play 2 of this. I play 2 just because I kind of want to be careful. This makes it so your opening Elder plays around pretty much almost every hand trap not named Dominus Impulse. Um, and then you got SP, Cherubini, and Anima. Uh, I kind of want to find a replacement for Cherubini. One card I thought about was Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, number 75. One really cool thing about Cherubini is that it dumps Wind to the graveyard, which means if you opened your Typhoon engine alongside any Ritual Beast, like non-tamer, you can just spawn out Noku Drago and then go Noku Drago back into your Ritual Beast monster and start playing that way. But yeah, that's it for that. I might as well show you a 2-card combo in this deck. Let's show you a really basic one. I'll do Carnahawk Eldam. So when see this combo, you're going to see what we're trying to do with Ritual Beast now, since we're not trying to Protoss lock people and we're not trying to Ekatos lock anyone. So let's start with the Carnahawk. You're going to use Carnahawk as effect. Carnahawk is going to banish the Lara. Lara is going to trigger and she's going to summon Elder. We're going to banish these two. For a small reminder, every Ritual Beast monster can only be special summoned once, so we cannot special summon Elder anymore. Here's the Ultra Carnahawk. We're going to do Chainlink 1 to return to Ritual Beast monsters, Chainlink 2, return it to the extra deck, and just summon. So we're going to summon Lara and Carnahawk, and Elder goes to graveyard. We're at this point, and we're going to add. The monster that we're adding is going to be Ritual Beast Tamer Wen. So Wen is in our hand now, alongside the Eldam. We're going to use Carnahawk's effect, and with Carnahawk, we're going to banish Rampengu. So Rampengu is now banished. We're going to banish these two again. We're going to summon Ulti Carnahawk. This is not once per turn. Actually, my bad. We're not going to Carnahawk. We're not going to summon Ulti Carnahawk. We're going to summon Kimun Falcos. We're going to summon the Carnahawk later on. So we're going to send these to the graveyard. We're summoning the Kimun Falcos. Kimun Falcos has the effect that you can banish one Ritual Beast monster from your graveyard, 2 normal summon from your hand. We're going to normal summon the Wen. We're going to use Wen's effect. Wen is going to bring back the Rampengu. We're going to use Rampengu's effect, and Rampengu is going to banish we're going to banish Apelio, and we're going to send to graveyard from our deck another Apelio. So now we're going to banish these two, and now we're going to make the Ulti Carnahawk. If you already have a Ritual Beast in hand, this combo kind of slightly changes, because this deck is naturally weak to Nibiru, but I digress. We're summoning Ulti Carnahawk right here. Ulti Carnahawk's effect, we're going to return these two back to the graveyard, and we're going to add. We're not gonna tag out. You can add any Ritual Beast card at this point. For the specific combo that we're gonna do, we're just gonna add Inheritance. You'll see later on why are we adding Inheritance. Now you're going to grab Elder and Apelio. We're going to banish them both from the graveyard. And this is a contact fusion for Ulti Noku Drago. At this point, we're going to return the Carnahawk back to the extra deck because we can legally summon 2 monsters here. We're going to summon Apelio, and we're going to summon the Wen. And we're here at this point. So this is the biggest choke point for Nibiru because we did exhaust a lot of our resources here. If your opponent does not have the Nibiru, we're going to banish these 3. And this is going to summon Ritual Beast Ulti Apelio. For those who don't know what this card is, this is the ultimate Ritual Beast monster. This card's effect is basically you can only contact use it by using an ulti Ritual Beast and a Beast and a Tamer. The Link 2 is an ulti Beast. You can also use Nokudrego for that if you want. Anytime your opponent activates a card, you can just banish a Ritual Beast card in your hand, negate. And it's not once per turn, not once per chain. So really important to keep that in mind. This is where the Typhoon cards come in. Now we're going to special summon Eldam. And Eldam is going to add Swen. We're going to special the Swen. Swen is going to add us to our hand. There are a bunch of options. You can add Vision. You can add MST. You can add Chant. I really like adding Vision because if we have another spell in hand, this just gives us 2 draws. Worst case scenario, this can just add MST. So we're now going to use Ulti Nokudrego. This goes back to our extra deck, and this will special summon from Banished the Ulti Kimufalcos. Yes, this is the only Ritual Beast fusion that can tag out into the Link monsters. So this goes back, and this will summon the Ulti Kimufalcos. Now we're going to grab the Kimufalcos, the Eldam, and this one, link these 3 away, and this will make us Ulti Raytiari. We're going to use Ulti Raytiari's effect, and Ulti Raytiari is going to grab the Wen back from our banish, back to our hand. And this is where the Inheritance comes in, because we have Wen in our hand. We can use Inheritance, and Inheritance can just swap out any other card in our hand for another Ritual Beast. Ideally, the Ritual Beast that you will want to be adding will be Lara. And if you wish, you can use the Lara to extra normal summon the Wen, and then you can just keep playing. But we don't need to do that. And this is technically our end board. So you have 2 negates, you have a banish, and if you banish the Ulti Raytiari itself, on the next turn, you can normal Wen if she was not used for Apelio, and Wen can grab back the Raytiari, and then you can use the Raytiari to just grab back one of these. Let's say, for example, your opponent actually broke through your entire board, and this Ulti Raytiari is banished, right? Well, something you can do is you have these 2 in graveyard. So you can, let's say, for example, they got rid of your entire board and you're top decking. A really cool play that you can do is you banish these 2 from grave, and that will summon the Ulti Nokudrego. You can use the Lara to optionally summon from the deck as well. But more importantly, you can use the Nokudrego, put itself back to the extra deck, and you just summon the Ulti Raytiari. And you can use the Ulti Raytiari to just grab back Elder, grab back Rampango, grab back Apelio, and you just recycle back your resources. this is something almost at the level of Malice. The ceiling of this deck is lower than Malice. However, this deck has way stronger grind game, and it can break through boards better than Malice can when you're going second, which is another really cool thing about this deck. And post Burst Protocol, this deck will become a lot stronger because we are getting another card that really helps out this deck. We're also getting more Radiant Typhoon support that also helps out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you found this informative. You're liking understanding. Until next time, keep practicing and keep dueling.